Welcome to the 2020 RCA Film Fest presented by Film Rockdale. Thank you so much for joining us online for our virtual format of our Student Film Festival. We are saddened that we can't all join together in person in the same room, but we understand that this is all for the best and everyone's health and safety is of the utmost importance to us. We hope that you are staying home and staying safe during this unprecedented time. And it was during this unprecedented time that we had to have a discussion and make an unprecedented decision. What were we going to do about the film festival? And it didn't seem right to not acknowledge an entire year's worth of work and growth and creativity that were brought into the world by our students in the RCA Film Institute program. And we decided that we were going to move to an online platform. We are so excited that we still have this opportunity to connect with you and share the work of our students with you. We want to say a huge thank you to our presenting sponsor, Film Rockdale, who has continually been a huge supporter of our students and our program. We are so thankful to have them in our community and as our presenting sponsor, in addition to their continued role in supporting our film program and our film students. Thank you. I also want to thank our judges for volunteering their time. These were industry professionals and committed cinema lovers that volunteered their time to watch these student films, vote for their favorites, and also give feedback to our student filmmakers to help them grow in their creative process. So thank you so much to our judges. We couldn't have done it without you. We also want to thank our students for their commitment to the film program and to themselves for continuing to create this year, and also many students who have been creating while in quarantine. We may not have been able to experience your work together in class, but the fact that you are still creating and putting your art out there for people to see is amazing. So I want to thank the artists who are being featured tonight so much for being courageous and for still creating even in this time of great uncertainty. Since we are having an online film festival experience this year, we have some minor changes that have been implemented. We are not going to have breaks in our program for extended periods of time. If you want to take a break, you can always pause the program and resume the film festival when you return. But it will resume at the live point that we are at. So if you do take a break, it will mean you are missing films from our students. If you do miss any of our student films at any point, have no fear. This film festival event will live here at this link, and you can go back and watch as many times as you want. We will still be having an audience award this year, and I will explain the voting procedures for the audience award later in the program. We have our 3 categories this year that are the same as previous years. Our categories are documentary, experimental/music video, and narrative. At the end of our film festival program, we will be announcing what nominees won what awards. Students in this year's film festival are eligible for Best Drama, Best Comedy, Best Horror/Thriller, Best Screenwriting, Best Cinematography, Best Editing, Best Director, Best Documentary Film, Best Experimental Film/Music Video, Best Narrative Film, and the Best of Fest Award, in addition to the Audience Award, which will be announced and awarded at a later date.
Breaking news tonight, the flood emergency as we come on the air. Hurricane Dorian making landfall in the U.S. as a powerful Category 1. The storm crashing into North Carolina.
Tonight, thousands of fires are still raging in the Amazon. But Brazilian President Jair Bolsonaro is refusing $20 million in emergency aid from G7 countries to fight
because these children are in a detention camp, held against their will, first in giant cages in this warehouse on the Texas border.
Students evacuating with their hands up. The suspect in that deadly shooting is now in custody. New images this morning showing him being taken to jail. George is outside that school.
This is NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt.
Good evening, everyone. Disturbing new questions tonight over the recent arrest of an American Airlines mechanic accused of sabotaging a passenger plane after prosecutors discovered evidence suggesting he may have.
Over 3.5 billion people are responsible for just 10% of carbon emissions, while the richest 10% are responsible for half of all emissions.
On Grand Bahama, an oil storage facility next to pristine waters is spewing oil into the environment.
See, just keep coming, carry all our clothes, my whole house. I'm a single mother of 3. I have a disabled son that probably can't talk, I get barely feed him. My house gone, my car gone, I don't have anything. Everything just gone.
The president told reporters that victims of Hurricane Dorian in the Bahamas will only be allowed to enter the U.S. if they have proper documentation. He said he's worried that gang members could come in. Gang members.
Between 2030 and 2050, we should expect to see an additional 250,000 deaths per year from malnutrition, malaria, diarrhea, and heat stress.
So many major stories going on right now. There's Brexit that's in chaos. There's the Taliban negotiations. There are fires in the Amazon rainforest.
Yeah, Trevor, all of that other is happening. But the only story that matters right now is the Popeyes chicken sandwich.
Oh, somebody loves their chicken. Somebody love their chicken. Somebody love their chicken sandwich here.
The Bank estimates that without immediate action, climate change could force 120 million more people into poverty by 2030. The report makes sure to mention that this is likely an underestimate, and that the rate will increase in coming years. Meanwhile, the richest countries and corporations watch from their strongholds, mostly immune to the coming disasters.
You can see that spire of Notre Dame. it looks horrifyingly like a worryingly amount. And listening to an historian speaking earlier, he simply pointed out that if the roof goes, you then have to call into question the entire structure of the building. The whole structure is in jeopardy.
After a fire ripped through the beloved Catholic landmark, stunning the city and the world.
Well, as we've been hearing, Emmanuel Macron has already pledged to start rebuilding. How much money has been raised so far?
There have been lots of pledges, notably from the fashion multinational LVMH, the Arnault family.
LVMH will donate $226 million. The head of the caring luxury goods company, Francois,
an enormous outpouring of the generosity on the part of companies from around the world. I was mentioning Apple in France, of course, L'Oreal, Bernard Arnault, of course, of LVMH, the CEO
Whose grand old families and firms have lined up to promise huge donations, more than €800 million so far.
$85,000 Yemeni children under the age of 5 may have died of starvation. About 80% of the Yemeni population, about 24 million, is in need of humanitarian assistance.
More than €800 million so far.
February is Black History Month, which began as Negro History Week in 1926 in celebration of African American achievement, founded by Carter G. Woodson. His goal was to ensure that the accomplishments of African Americans were celebrated and eventually worked into school curriculums as part of general American history taught every day.
I don't learn enough about my history. Every year I feel like I'm learning the same thing, going over the same topic as if history consists of only slavery and the civil rights movement. What about the time in between those two eras? What about the time way before those eras? Even when we touch on these topics as simplified, we don't get to hear about the accomplishments, pain, and struggles that the people before me went through. Instead, I continue to learn about. Their accomplishments were great, and I respect the impact that they've made in shaping society into what it is today. Yet, there are so many figures that are getting erased from history. It isn't fair that we have to learn about the same topics while missing out on learning about an entire group of people's history. I interviewed several classmates and educators to get their opinions on the matter. This month, I observed how my school would bring attention to Black History Month.
What is the importance of Black History Month to you?
I think Black History Month is really important because it gives us a chance to examine a part of American history that we don't often look at. I don't have any personal ties to it, but I do think that it's extremely necessary.
To showcase the Black excellence of America that has been oppressed in the past few centuries.
I think it's very important for Black History Month to sort of take time out of the usual, learn about European history and American history all the time to, focus in on what's important and what's made the Black community such a unified and strong thing.
To me, I think Black History Month is important because it gives us an opportunity to shine the light on figures in American history and world history that usually don't get a lot of attention. A lot of times we think about history as something that's integrated, where, you know, it's all American history and everyone is taking part in it. And while that's true that so many people have taken part in it, not everyone's voices get heard, not everyone's stories get told.
I took note of what activities my school would do to recognize Black History Month. During the morning announcements, they would state some Black history facts, and at the end of the month, there was a program that the Black History Club and Fine Arts departments performed for the student population.
That means that in your heart, somehow in the depth of your spirit, you must know that you are Black but beautiful. Rain on me, rain on me.
Most Americans earn at least a high school education. The 12 years spent in school happens at an early, impressionable stage of their lives. According to an article by Audrey Kim from PM Institute, children of color will make up 52% of K-12 students by 2021. She adds, "As many have said before me, education plays a major role in framing American culture and identity. Through our schools, we reflect on which ideas, phrases, and principles are woven into the fabric of the nation," argues my colleague, Robert Pandisco. An American education should teach us what it means to be American, but for too many minority students, our education system has left them feeling like outsiders.
I don't think the amount of Black history that we learn is sufficient, or really just any other history besides, you know, American and European history.
I don't think we're learning enough because they don't teach it enough in school. They barely teach Black history in school. Literally, when Black history rolls in the year, you barely talk about it. You barely hear it. You barely hear about it on the news. You barely hear about it from students in school. So I feel like they don't talk about it as much as they should.
Most of the knowledge that not gonna say like there's like none in history books, but it is nowhere near enough because most of the stuff that I've learned myself is like from what I've done my research on, or my parents, my grandparents, and what they say, telling their stories and their knowledge and their expertise. So
when it comes to U.S. history, like when you look at the history of the United States, a lot of the things that we come to appreciate, like our monuments and stuff, were actually built by African Americans. And I think that we spend too much time on things that are unimportant when we should be examining the American culture, which involves more than just a few select people.
I think it really depends on the individual teacher. So me, myself, I have a passion for it and a dedication to it, and I do what I can to try to integrate those things into my classes and into my lessons kind of throughout the year. So if we're speaking on something in February, of course it's Black History Month, and you're gonna see, you know, different cultural aspects and historical things being taught during that month. But throughout the whole year, October, if we're talking about, you know, the revolution itself, we're talking about the Civil War or the time periods in between those big events, there are always opportunities to highlight the contributions of African Americans and other people of color in our curriculum. That's me. I can't say that I speak for every single other teacher though. So I think it is necessary to make sure that the culture and the history and the accomplishments of African Americans are kind of embedded in our curriculum. And then that way we don't have to worry about whether or not a teacher teaches those things in those classes or in their classes. Those things are kind of second nature and they become part of our overall curriculum.
In the state of Georgia, if you were to look at the demographics, you will find that the Georgia Department of Education tells us that just over 36% of students, of public school students in Georgia, are African American. Yet by and large, many of them go most of the school year without learning anything about their history or their culture, their views, their values, their standpoints or perspectives. And largely what is learned is from a European or Eurocentric perspective. And what happens over the course of time is unconsciously all students, not just African American students, but all students begin to think or see Europeans as models of intellectual authority, as models who are superior at everything that they've done, not realizing that, again, that African people have contributed all of these amazing things that literally make our way of life today possible, and so much more. But somehow that doesn't make it into the textbooks.
I decided to dig a little deeper and look at the Georgia Department of Education's social studies curriculum. As I scrolled through the standards for each grade level, I noticed the repetition of some topics and the lack of others. It became more apparent to me that, like African American history, other minorities were left out of the picture as well. The most culturally diverse curriculums were for 6th, 7th, and 10th grade, which focuses on world history rather than U.S. history, but minorities were part of U.S. history as well. Why isn't that represented?
It's completely disproportional, especially when you look at AP World History, which is overwhelmingly dealing with either Arabian or European history with some Mongol history mixed in. But I feel like Africa kind of gets the cold shoulder in that class, even though it's supposed to be a college-level world history class.
It makes me feel overwhelmed because I feel like we should learn more about it. How are we going to know what happened in the past if we don't talk about it in the present?
The American Civil Rights Movement, they sort of cover all the bases and they lightly touch on all the injustices. They don't really, they talk about, racism and sometimes vandalism and stuff, but they don't go into depth about how hangings were seen as like community gatherings for people. Like people would bring their, children and gather around, trees to watch, African Americans hang from trees. And, they don't touch on the sexual assault that a lot of, black females had to go through working in their lower class position, and it's never really taught about. It's mostly just, there were some riots and there were some like hangings, and then they just sort of move on past it.
Now America's a very diverse place. It was a diverse place when the Europeans came and took it to begin with. So it's like this is strictly on the European, like their standpoint of like the history books is from their perspective and not getting the other perspectives. I'm not gonna say it's just the African Americans, but there are also other cultures and the other people that are being oppressed.
I don't think students are learning enough about their heritage or have enough of an opportunity to express their heritage. There's so many different things that, as I said, should be added and infused into the curriculum so that we can see it from a broader perspective. America is a multicultural nation, and so the curriculum should reflect that.
As I've interviewed everyone, I realized that there was one thing we all agreed on. Black history isn't taught enough in schools. 28 out of 365 days is not enough to acknowledge and celebrate our heritage. I'm thankful that we have the month, but I realize that it's become a scapegoat for the education system to cram all of our history inside of it. Black people have accomplished, created, and contributed so much to our society, and most of it has been left out of the curriculum or forgotten. Students will show more interest and thrive when learning about topics that reflect themselves, yet that isn't the case for most minorities. This has been going on for generations, and there has been little progress or improvement. The education system is failing us, and I think we've been complacent for too long. Future generations deserve to know about our history. All of it.
One of the things that we love about having our in-person film festival event is the Q&A portion. This is when our student filmmakers are able to field your questions on their work. What we are doing this year is we have pre-recorded interviews that our student filmmakers have done. And after every block of films, we will have some of the filmmakers talk about their process, their inspirations, and their own thoughts on their works.
Hi, my name is Ayana Cooper. I'm the director of Whitewashed.
My name is Amari Akua, and I am a filmmaker, director, and writer, and cinematographer. My films that were nominated for the festival were Out, Terrors, Kitsch, and Hurricane Season.
What inspired me to create Whitewashed was the fact that Black History Month was coming up, and I really wanted to make a documentary about how we don't really talk about Black history throughout the school year, and when we do, it's mainly during Black History Month, of course. And I had been thinking about this project for a while, but I wanted to actually pursue it and actually attempt to make it this year, because I was like, well, it's now or never.
I made Out because I was just noticing, all the bad stuff that was going on in the world at the time, and I felt like it would be important for me to present a view of just capturing that moment on film, and just not saying a specific stance or anything, but just presenting it through my eyes. I had started with so many different things that I wanted to cover, and I wanted to make it short and concise so it wouldn't, be a snooze fest. And like, one of the hardest things about making a documentary or just a strictly found footage type thing where you don't like make your own written script is pacing, because you need to fit what you need to in there. You need to make it impactful. You need to only include what you need, but also include as much as you can. It's just really hard to find like the right rhythm when you're editing, and I think it was difficult, but I think I found like a nice balance.
A documentary, it's more, it's real life. It's, you're interviewing real people, and it's like, it's not really planned out. Of course, you have the questions planned out and like what you want to film, but the answers that you may get from people you interview, it kind of changed the way I wanted to structure my film, because when I was like planning it and doing my production documents and things like that, I like had one idea of how I wanted to make my final product, and then when I was looking over the footage and all that kind of stuff, I realized that like I wanted to change it, and I think that's really cool. The whole process of making documentaries is the first time I really I made a documentary before, but not like to that level. I really liked working with Amari on Whitewash, because like we were basically on the same wavelength for like a lot of different things, and it was really fun just hearing his process in making films, because I really admired him as a filmmaker. So it was really cool because he started to admire me as well, and I just feel like my film wouldn't be as good as it was without him, because he had contributed so much, and I really appreciated that.
For Out, I don't want them to be depressed after they watch it. I just hope it evokes emotion. I hope it evokes thought, and I hope it, helps people see that the world, no matter how good it may have been for them at the time, around, fall 2019, it wasn't always good for the rest of the world. And, in these times right now, it continues to not be too good. So I hope it just gets people's mind working to see, what they can do to change, current state of affairs, whether that be donating or something.
The biggest takeaway that I want, mainly with Whitewash, because I've put a lot of effort into it. That was my baby. I want to people to learn about how there isn't as much diversity in the school's curriculum as there should be. And I had felt that way for years as I was growing up and learning more about history. And I think that's the biggest thing that I want people to learn about. And I hope it brings attention to that. I just want to say thank you to everybody who I was able to work with, who was able to interview, people who were acting in my films. I couldn't have done it without them, and I really appreciate that. It's definitely helped me grow, and I'm really appreciative of them. So.
I want you to listen now, and I want you to be the judge for yourself. So what I looked at is Martin Luther King Jr. Park. So that set off a firestorm on social media. The Atlanta City Council elected to call his fire after an internal investigation over the weekend. Patel was fired by WHC. He joins me now from Rockdale. Thank you, sir, for joining us. So, all right, so before we get to the conversation, you said that this was unintentional. That's right. Explain to me.
It's 2 weeks before Christmas, and a young Marcola family lost everything they owned when their rented mobile home caught on fire today. Mike May. Mike Mason, his wife, and 2 small children were not at home when the fire broke out early this afternoon. The Marcola
Yo, bro, guess what? What? Never mind.
given to them. Just to accept them. Just to accept them. Don't speak them. Just
At the end of town, across from the funeral home and antique store, is an old cemetery. So many years have gone since anyone's been buried. It's more or less there for good looks. It's an old town after all. Stopped at the red light, looking at the stones. People with moms and dads and brothers and sisters and cousins and friends and bad habits and dreams and sad days and weddings and babies and to-do lists. It's an old town after all, more or less there for good looks.
Hi, my name is Morgan Gill, and the name of my film is Quarantine.
My name is Edwin, and I am the creator of Easy Way.
My name is Amari Akua, and I am a filmmaker, director, and writer, and cinematographer. My films that were nominated for the festival were Out, Terrors, Kitsch, and Hurricane Season.
Hello, my name is Michael Kinsey. I made The Body and I made In My Blood.
My name is Jabril Rowland, and I created Isolation.
So something that inspired me to make my film is just how bombarded we are with media right about now, and how that can take a toll on someone mentally in the midst of this pandemic. But I also wanted to focus on the monotony of the current routine that many of us feel right about now. If there was anything that I feel that was an inspiration that I used for my film, it would probably be the film 127 Hours. So in the opening of 127 Hours, you see lots of different portions of the man's routine before he embarks on his trip. So that's what I kind of took hold of and I gravitated to in my film.
So, the idea for Easy Way just came to me when I was in the shower. I was like, I'm gonna make a video about this. Originally, it was going to be a completely different video, but pandemic and everything had to change a whole bunch of stuff.
In the film, I wanted to portray that everything is going to bother that character because of what he's been through. Even though the audience doesn't know what he's been through, they know that he is sad, depressed, or he just doesn't feel like dealing with people. And at the end, I wanted to mute everything because he was alone this time. He was alone, and he could enjoy himself.
Terrors was just a fun little experimental horror film that I did to see what I could do in the horror genre. I had the full script and I shot everything that I needed. I don't think I've told anybody this yet, but when I was going to the dark room to process my footage, I was holding the canister by the top, and the top slipped, and it fell onto the counter. I covered up real quick. It was in the light though, so my 3 minutes went to 21 seconds. And so I had to find a way to make a concise, chilling film, at least a minute, with 21 seconds of footage. And I'm so proud about how that film came out because it could have been catastrophic.
For In My Blood, what I actually did was I built this thing that would hold up a bed sheet, a white bed sheet, and I had halogen bulbs shine through it. And so it was because it was the only light that was power enough to cast the shadows I wanted. And so what I ended up doing for some of the shots is I put yellow gels on the halogen lights to make it even more yellow to stand out. And so, yeah, that's how I got that look for In My Blood.
So what I know that a lot of people ask about, how did you get to film stuff? It's just one really long video with me doing different actions in different places according to where I am on the video, making sure that I don't overlap with myself previously in the video. So what happens is that once I take all of that, I just cut it all up into little pieces, and then I overlap each little piece on the video, so it looks like there's a whole bunch of me on the video. Otherwise, the camera movements, just standard handheld. My brother has been helping me. Thank you to him. The lights, I know people talked about the lights. That was just done in post. I didn't have any special gels or anything.
What I would hope people would think or feel when they're watching my movie is just sympathy for the average person, regardless of where they are in this world. Everyone is experiencing the same thing, and that is the boredom and the longing for excitement and things that we're normally accustomed to.
I wanted them to learn what it's like being in the shoes of a person who's been through some stuff, of a person who is completely bothered by a living being just touching him, or being in the shoes of a person who is either depressed or sad, or being in the shoes of a person who's been hurt.
But I do wish that people learn to, especially with these, this specifically with these types of videos, to really pay attention to the minor details in the video, That way, by paying attention to, even it might just be like really, really small. Like, for example, where does a cable actually lead? What's attached to the cable? Then you might be able to, understand a little bit more about what the story is actually about.
Hello, my name is Michael Kinsey, and I worked on the film Good Vibes with Edwin.
My name is Edwin Manzo, and I also worked on Good Vibes just a little bit. First question. Talk about what inspired you to create this film. Is it modeled after any other films/TV shows you like? So the answer to that would be, me and Michael, we really enjoy, these types of films, like really creepy, /horror, different things. And when we were talking about what could we possibly do since we wanted to create one of them, I had mentioned an incident that happened in Miami.
Where this person had hacked into this TV station, and they started playing a video that they had made, spreading their message, a message that they were trying to, have everybody listen to, sort of like a cultist, something like that. And it was really creepy. It had different words that would flash up on the screen, loud noises, soft noises, out of nowhere. It would just hit you like that. You weren't expecting it if you were just watching it there. And we really liked it. We really liked the really creepy vibe that it gave off. So we wanted to try and emulate it through our own video. Michael? Michael?
Yeah.
I don't know what he's doing. It's just Alright. Question 2. How did you make this film /process as tangible aspects? Michael, would you like to take that one and people can see you?
I think my room's on fire.
I think his room's on fire. That's not very cool. We're good.
Keep going.
But we have to do this video in 1 to 2 minutes.
Okay, real quick.
Ignore the fire.
Okay. So the technical aspects. Okay, so the technical aspects was we used physical film, 8mm. It's right here. I don't know if that started the fire. It's very flammable, and it's just in my room. And so we also used a light meter. It was very interesting. We had to do things in very short takes because it was a wind-up camera. Okay, you take it from here, man.
Alright, cool. What did you learn about filmmaking or storytelling when making this film?
Sometimes when you're trying to do horror, it's kind of weird, or anything in general. Sometimes you, the director, screenwriter, whatever position, creative position that you have, that's sometimes you're going for a certain emotion or something in your film, and when the people that are actually watching it, right, you think, all right, they're gonna feel sad or they're gonna feel happy in this moment. For some reason, sometimes the audience feels like the opposite of what you were going for. Usually happens in horror a lot, where something scary happened, but the person laughs instead, or something like that. So we thought we would try our best to, when we went for something creepy, people would feel creeped out and everything. It would actually feel scary, and they wouldn't feel something else that we didn't want them to. And when we tested this out with the classmates, we got that. We got that feeling, and it was pretty nice, because we knew that we had done it correctly, because we could feel the tenseness in the air and the creepiness, and everybody was just like, well, what's going on, and everything. It was crazy. It was crazy, man.
I'm back. Is there another question for me? I'm just ignoring the fire.
I actually answered E. I think I answered E, so you're gonna have to answer D. What did you learn about filmmaking or storytelling through making this film?
Okay, what we learned about filmmaking from this is that we learned to work with one another really well and coordinate things better, because we only had 1 to 2 takes, and it was really helpful and really insightful to get that level of coordination. I'm just ignoring the fire. Keep going.
Alright, cool. I have a water bottle. I don't know if that'll help.
No.
No? Okay, next question. Question F. Anything else you want to quickly add? I know your house is burning down and everything, but anything else?
Okay, the house may be burning down, but I'd like to take this time to stop and thank the judges who took their time out of their day to help us and criticize us and watch what we did. We really appreciate it. and we hope that you'll do it in the future. Thank you. Dude, I gotta take care of this fire. You got the rest?
Yeah, bro, I got the rest.
All right.
Just leave it all to me. Leave it all to me, man.
Are you a Little Caesars? Cause I'm hot and you're ready.
Okay, look. I see what you're trying to do here, and it's not gonna work. So can I just read my book in peace, please?
I can't just let you do that. You're out here looking all fine and all. I can't just let you be. Plus, I bought you some coffee, so...
So, here's the thing, genius. I've already got a drink. If you had, paid attention while you were doing your little pregame thing over there at the counter, you would have noticed. It's a coffee shop. Everybody in here has something to drink.
Okay, alright. What can I do to get you to like me?
Well, you could leave, then I'd be indifferent.
Haha, very funny.
No, I'm serious. Go around the block a few times, then come back, and then I should have enough time to get my stuff and go.
Okay, can I at least get a name? Give me a name.
If I give you my name, will you leave me alone?
I cannot confirm or deny that.
Elise.
Well, hi, Elise. I'm Elijah. My friends call me Eli.
Okay. Let's play a game, Eli. When I get something wrong, stop me.
Alright, I don't know where this is gonna lead to, but...
So you want to be a basketball player?
No. You kind of suck at this game.
Okay, wait. You want to be a rapper?
Well, yeah. I've been doing this since like the 5th grade.
Right, so you're a SoundCloud rapper. You rap not out of, passion for the culture, but because a career in football, basketball, or academics has been proven unlikely for you. You rap relying on the off chance that some big burly white man is going to walk into his own studio that you're renting out and put you on. You rap because you can't fathom getting a degree for a 9-to-5 job without the constant stimulants that you believe a rap career will have. You rap not out of practicality, but out of laziness. Now stop me when I'm getting something wrong, Eli.
Well, if you're not gonna drink the coffee, I can just take it back. It costs like $5.
Typical.
Typical what?
You're clearly deflecting everything I just said.
Well, yeah. You expect me to spill my heart out to you, a total stranger, tell you everyone who's ever hurt me, everyone who didn't love me? But please.
Weren't you the one who walked over here trying to get me?
Yeah. I'm gonna take my overpriced coffee with me.
Elijah, wait. I did have a good conversation with you, so here's my number.
If by conversation you mean turn me away at every point, then dissecting me for a whole minute.
Yep. If you want my number, you can have it. Digits are digits, man, okay? So, isn't that what you came over here for?
Sure. See you around.
Bye.
Hi, this is Little Caesars. Would you like to try our bacon wrapped deep dish pizza? Hello?
me. Let me in, please.
Hey, is everything okay?
Some guys were chasing me with a machete and you were the closest, so I just came over.
It's okay. No worries. You're safe here.
Thanks. Hey, everything's okay now. You're safe here.
Thanks.
I'm about to make some food for me and Grace. You hungry?
Yeah, sure.
Alright. I don't know if you want some eggs or something to eat.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. How do you like your eggs? So yeah, the other day the chickens they just started laying eggs, and I was thinking about making those eggs for breakfast.
Hey, Ace. You have to be quiet. There's not much time. What? We have to go now. We don't have much time. Just please trust me.
No, tell me what's wrong.
This is not a test. This is your emergency broadcast system announcing the commencement of the annual purge sanctioned by the U.S. government. Weapons of Class 4 and lower have been authorized for use during the purge. All other weapons are restricted. Government officials of ranking 10 have been granted immunity from the purge and shall not be harmed. Commencing at the siren, any and all crime, including murder, will be legal for 12 continuous hours. Police, fire, and emergency medical services will be unavailable until tomorrow morning at 7 a.m.
I was just saying hey to your sister. I haven't seen her in a while.
Blessed be our new founding fathers and America, a nation reborn. May God be with you all.
Grace. Run. What's going on? I know what you did. Oh, you weren't supposed to find out. You monster. How could you? Grace! Grace did.
She said you did something bad. That you killed her sister. Mm-hmm.
Oh, there he is. What's good with you? Hey, what's that? Sunflower seeds? The ranch, right?
Dude. No.
What?
Bro,
What's wrong
ranch
with
tastes
you?
like deep fried toenails.
Yo,
Stop playing.
What? Hey, man. I'd rather have all that flavor. There's something else going on that's just plain salt. Like, that's boring.
Whatever.
Dude, are you serious right now?
What?
You can't just eat them whole like that. You'll mess up your stomach lining or something.
Nah, see, look, like, it's how you get like the salt and the seeding junk. I got it down to a science. You keep doing your thing over there.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah, man. Did I ever tell you that my parents were trying to send me to trade school in Wyoming?
Are you serious right now? Like, so we're not gonna see each other next year?
Nah, man, it's stupid. They want me to live up there with my family while I'm going to school. And on top of that, it's the only school that they'll pay for. It's like they're holding my future hostage. It's like, who lives in Wyoming? Name one famous person that lives in Wyoming. You can't even name a successful person from Wyoming. You can't.
I can't.
You can't. It feels like sometimes I don't even have control over my life.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Incontinence.
What?
Incontinence, man. It's like when you can't hold on to anything and like when you can't really have control over your life.
Incontinence. Okay.
Like my whole life, I feel like I've been a victim of incontinence.
Hey, yo, LJ? So, incontinence, it says right here, lack of voluntary control over urination or defecation.
Let me see that.
Yeah, go ahead, please, by all means.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, huh?
Hey, yo, Trishan, you good?
Yeah, I just hate winter. The blue skies are replaced with this drab blanket of gray that goes on for months. It doesn't even snow down here, so it's just cold downpour. The wildlife mostly goes away. Nothing grows. Just cold, bleak, dark days. I don't remember the last time I saw a blue sky, even.
Well, I mean, it's the gray skies and the rain. It's all a part of it's all needed for growth.
Yeah, I guess.
See, it may seem like the sun will leave for what may seem like ages, and it may rain and rain, but the moment the sun comes back, it'll be sweet as ever, man.
But what if it doesn't stop raining?
Man, no matter how slow moving the cloud is, it'll pass eventually. That's that incontinence, man.
You're really sounding smart until you brought up that word again. Like doesn't make sense.
Nah, man.
Stop peeing.
Nah, man, I think I was on a roll. Hey, man, let's go get some red sunflower seeds.
So you come to your senses.
Nah, not really. You still gotta eat that trash over there, bro.
Gonna be late. Got it, Mom.
Morning, sweetie.
Good morning.
Did you sleep well last night?
Pretty okay.
So who's this friend you're meeting today?
Amber, actually.
Oh, really? She's back from school?
You sound excited.
Well, their breaks come so early. I mean, y'all were so close. You excited? Okay. Well, have fun and don't get into trouble.
Love you, Mom.
Love you too, sweetie.
Hey, Katie Jones. Amber, it's been too long. I remembered your fave chai tea latte, extra cinnamon.
Oh, you're sweet. But actually, I've been cut dairy out of my diet. Yeah, me and my friends went vegan together.
Oh, no sweat. So, how's college, classes, and I know you've been to a few parties.
College it's okay. It's a little harder than I expected, so not a lot of parties.
That blows. Yeah. But it can't be worse than high school, right?
Girl, say less. It's actually interesting, and there's a lot more freedom. People are amazing.
That's good to hear.
Yeah. But enough about me. How's track junior year?
I quit, actually. It was just hard to commit with time and life just happening.
Really? You loved it, though.
Yeah. Things come up, I guess.
Wow.
You have a car, right?
Yeah, what?
Do you remember that spot, the mountain spot we used to go to? It would be cool if we went back, for old time's sake.
You know what? Let's go today.
Yeah, let's go.
We're going on a road trip.
Miss Saigon is coming to it's coming to the fog.
Oh my gosh, look, it's still there.
I love this place. The air is always so pure here. You know, you've grown up a lot since I last left. Yeah. You've changed too. College did that to you several times.
You know, I thought coming back here would make everything start to feel normal again, and I'm starting to see now that you good. I dropped out, Katie.
What?
I don't know. Everybody else there was just more talented, and I couldn't keep wasting money on something that was gonna take me nowhere.
That's insane.
I know.
What are you gonna do?
I don't know. I like art. Maybe start an art studio or something.
Amber, this isn't like you. I know you.
That's why I came back here. I'm trying to figure out what the hell to do next.
I wish I could help you, but it's not like it used to be. You haven't talked to me these past 2 years.
I'm sorry.
And the text I sent you,
It's like you were too busy to talk.
You know what? Forget it. I don't need your advice. People change, and it's not even like that. You know, this is the one time I needed you back, and
well, I'm worried about you. You can't just become a starving artist. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. You know, you used to know me, but now I'm living my life for today. And if you can't respect that, then I'm going home. Do you need a ride or?
Please. I truly didn't mean to hurt you.
Okay.
Bruh, I'm telling you, this new gas station just got some new pretzels. They're gonna be so good. I can't wait till we get there. I hope so. Winter's crazy this year. And I could always go for a nice warm pretzel. You know, it's boring being an only child. You're actually very lucky you have all those siblings. Lucky? They're all constantly around me. Basically, the premise of my family is right in the front yard. A circus act for the whole neighborhood. But you love each other at the end. Even though I witnessed you punch your little brother so hard in the rib cage that he didn't wake up till the next morning when the sprinklers woke him up next morning. At least Jessica brought him out his dinner that morning, which he had for breakfast. Why do you call your mom Jessica? And of course she's gonna be there. She's your mom. I don't know, man. I'm just weird, I guess.
I need your cash and anything valuable you have on you, man. Come on. I live under the bridge at the next exit. I am a juvenile delinquent. I am going nowhere in life. I have 3 juvenile charges. Misdemeanors in some sorts. On the other hand, this guy right here is a scholar. He is high class. He is rich. He has had everything spoon-fed to him. I swear, this man has $145.25 in his pocket if you are interested. I swear, if you're interested in robbing anybody, it's him. Just let me go. Let me go. You come from the slums too, eh? I know exactly how that is. Come with me. Will you guys stay back? All right? I got this.
What's the password?
Cassandra. Remember that, it's Cassandra. Jamie, come in. Both of you, welcome to your new life. You know, when I was a kid like you, Ron, I had nothing. Nothing at all. But then I met the mob. Then father found me. And then now, I'm one of the top leaders of this industry. And now I have everything. A family, money. That drive. It all can be yours.
Well, 1 second, sir, before you take us wherever you're taking us. Me and my friend Ron are gonna kind of go talk about this real quick. Thank you. Look, Jimmy, I'm so sorry I acted on impulse. I have a whole thing with that. When I get really, really nervous, I tend to lie very, very, very profusely. And, okay, this time when I was in the 8th grade, there was this girl named Maya Wilson. She was just sitting in class minding her own business, but she was the most beautiful girl I had ever seen. So one day, I decided to get up out of my chair and let the whole class know how I felt about her. So what I told her was how much of filth she was. And I started doing a little jig, and I said that's how she looks like when she runs. More of the story, I ended up the day curled up in a ball in my mom's arms. Look, Ron, just shut up, okay? Just shut up. We're just gonna ride this thing out like I said before, and we're just gonna get through it.
Hey, Joto, can you hurry up already?
All right, sir, we're ready. We're ready.
God.
Jamie, welcome back. Why you got these kids with you?
This boy in the black shirt and without hair tore my heart, boss. He told me his story. He's had it hard since the beginning, like me, like you, boss, like everybody in the mob. Boss, can we keep him, boss? Can we please keep him, boss?
I understand. Truly, I understand. Well, fellas, why don't you just join our family?
But boss, the other kid's a rich kid.
And that just leaves more money for me, huh?
I guess so. I guess so.
Welcome to the family, boys. I don't know your names. You didn't tell me as soon as you came to the door. So guess what? Lucky for you, today you get new names. Chancey and Lilson.
Come in. Dude, it's about 3 days till Christmas, and we are not out of this yet. We need a plan or something before we die. Jimmy, I have a plan. Oh, you have a plan? There's this guy, and his name is Big Standard. Big Standard? Who's that? Dude, you don't understand. This man was the thug of the century. I'm talking thug. Like, he sags. He's got gold chains. He was from a street. You know what I'm saying?
A thug? Like, top 1 thug of all time, dog. Oh, really? Okay, I guess I'm pretty interested. Hold on. Okay, let me pull him up. Are you gonna show me? Okay, come on. Let's see it. Check this man out.
People in Brooklyn. Everybody, I know everybody in Brooklyn. Alright, just go to Brooklyn. Ask them, ask everybody who I am. Ask who Big Standard is. They gonna say, I don't know who Big Standard is. You know why? Because we family. They all know me by my government name. But at the same time, I never give out my government name. Alright, here we go. Biggie Smalls would've liked my music, but he's dead. Yeah.
We're not using him. Yeah, no. Wait, what do you mean, no? You know why? Because he'll come up to the mafia, he'll come up to their front doorstep, and then he'll realize what he just got himself into. He'll see all their guns, all their big guys, and all their tough guys, and all their guns! And then he'll be booking back home. We can't. No way we can use that clown. No way. Alright, so what now? Alright, so you ready for this? Let's come clean to the mafia. Okay, I guess we're coming clean. Also, dude, I like your haircut. Well, thank you. I don't like it, but my hair grows back fast, so I don't care. Father, what's going on, buddy? Chancey, baby. What's this?
Father, how'd you get that?
Chancey actually sent it to us in the mail.
Bruh, me and my mom were just really excited about Christmas, so we just decided to send Christmas cards to everybody. We didn't pay attention to the addresses we wrote down. We just decided to send Christmas cards to everybody.
How dare you betray your family? Chancey, Lawson, come on, man. You know what? I hate kids like you. Both you. You're just a bunch of spoiled rich kids. Who think you can hang around with the mob? No, I tell you something, this ain't no game. You better stop. You better run. Matter of fact, feed them to the dogs.
Ron, we gotta go.
Jimmy. Ron, I'm so glad you made it, Ron. Just wait right here, alright? Just wait right here. I'm gonna go, and I'm not gonna look back. I'm not gonna get a car or anything. I'm just gonna run straight home, alright? Not thinking about you or anybody. Alright. I found you, man. Oh, man. People who betrayed the mob don't live to tell about it no more. Man,
I'm so lucky I found you. I'm ready to end you right now. Mike.
Oh, it's you. You have no idea how stressful it is to do this kind of dirty work. It's not me, nor is it Ron. We're just two people from the suburbs trying to live our lives. We're just two kids, man. Can't you just see that? Can't you just leave little kids alone, dog? Can't you just leave us alone? Like, we didn't do nothing to you. We were just minding our own business, and you decided to rob us. I think we're done. We're done with this. We're done with this whole organization. We're done with you. We're done with everything you stand for, and we're done with your cause. And you don't have a cause. Ron? Oh, God.
Stop being a baby! Stop being a baby! You're not gonna die! You're not gonna die! Come on! Come on!
Hi, my name is David Antonio de Jesus, and I created What is Love and 770 Gangsters.
My name is Amari Akua, and I am a filmmaker, director, and writer, and cinematographer. My films that were nominated for the festival were Out, Terrors, Kitsch, and Hurricane Season.
Hello, my name is Michael Kinsey. I made The Body and I made In My Blood.
Hi, my name is Anna Cooper. I'm the director of Angela, and I co-directed Souvenirs.
I like to get my inspiration from a lot of hardcore rap, like a lot of Biggie Smalls and a lot of Dre and Snoop Dogg and a lot of them, and I just like to walk around, listen to them until I eventually come up with something, and that's how I came up with 770 Gangsters. How I came up with What is Love is I basically just, I thought of myself, and I thought of an exaggeration of like myself, because I have the wig and I wear the wig a lot. What is something I can do to make myself look mighty tasty while wearing the wig and also be gawked at the same time? And that is What is Love.
What inspired me to create Angela was, I actually wanted to make a love story at first, but I decided that I wanted to make it more, I don't know, I wanted this to be like a sadder movie, but it just turned out to be like more pleasant, more happy, and I don't know, the inspiration just came like as I was editing, to be honest, and while I was filming. And what inspired me to create Souvenirs was actually because it was a group project. We all had to like collab and like put our ideas together. But we wanted to talk about how people can sometimes, drift apart as they're starting new chapters of their lives. And that was kind of resonated with me because I'm about to start college, and I know that unfortunately, I won't be able to be friends with everybody. I might drift apart from some friends that I made in high school, and that's just a part of life. And I thought it was actually just an interesting topic to go over.
For Kitsch and Hurricane Season, I just like to flex my dialogue muscles, because I feel like dialogue is like the biggest disconnect for a lot of films, because it'll be either dialogue that is just like so overly like filled with like just like big vocabulary that you can't even follow it, and some is just like things that people would never say. And so I try to strike a balance. So Kitsch and Hurricane Season were just me trying to write the best dialogue that I can while telling a meaningful or just like a fun story.
But The Body was a funny story because when I went to Luther's house that day, my computer wasn't working well, and so the script I had online was completely gone. And so what happened was we ended up having to write it from scratch. Basically, I was at the house and I saw that he had a big backyard, and I had the camera out, and I had this idea because I saw the light shining through the trees in a spotlight, and I was like, hey, what if there was like someone laying there? I thought that, and I like prefaced it around that opening shot, and from there I built what I wanted to do.
770 Gangsters was a lot harder because it was basically just me. So I had nobody to hold the camera except me or my tripod, which I gotta give credit to my tripod. If it wasn't for my tripod, none of this would have been possible. Oh man, that was, it helped me out a lot. Doing the different scenes and just kind of, because there were days where I had to film multiple characters just in one sitting, and that was kind of the hardest part because I had to cut scenes because of, like, one, I started losing my voice from doing all the different voices. I edited that thing on so many different computers, so it's been rendered so many different times. But 770 Gangsters was it took a couple months. So, oh my god, a good estimate, because I gotta think of, I finished it in January.
Yeah.
So it was and I started it in like end of August.
And with Souvenirs, it was definitely an interesting experience because there were more people involved. It wasn't just me and Mari. It was like, me, Emma, Ari, and a few other people, of course, the actresses and people behind the scenes. And sometimes it was a little more difficult because there was more people, their personalities clashing and things like that. But we were able to pull together and like realize like what the goal of what we were trying to accomplish and what we were trying to do. So it wasn't perfect all the time. It was definitely eye-opening because, it's not always going to be perfect when you're in the film industry and like making films and stuff. You have to be professional and, do what you have to do. So I definitely learned a lot about myself, about how to work with other people better, things like that. And I wouldn't trade that experience for anything. It was really fun. I really liked the final product and how everything turned out. It was worth it. So
For The Body, what I did was I used all natural lighting, so that was really fun. But it was really hard to get continuity. But thankfully there were a lot of trees there, so it was mostly shadow, so it would hide like day jumps better. I honestly really like working with people, and I honestly like the writing process and like getting these ideas and like developing them and developing symbolism. I really like to use symbolism, and it's just fun to come up with those ideas. And I just want them to go, hey, that's pretty cool. I don't want them to like see this and be like, oh, this is what it meant, because it's up to them to what everything meant. I just hope that they enjoyed it.
Like muscles, I just want whoever to watch Kitsch to just have fun and just laugh and enjoy the two wonderful actors that I got, Jifa Agbemishore and Elizabeth Lee. They're both incredible and they killed it, and it was just a lot of fun to make. What I want people to take away from Hurricane Season is I wanted to show people that emotional competency is important. And I think, a lot of people, are going through things that you can't really see. And I think you need to stick with people while they're going through things. And also think that it should just tell people that, guys can have feelings too. And living in like the conservative South, like, dudes don't show emotion like ever, or they're at least trained to. So I think it was necessary for me to sort of, highlight that, not everybody is like emotionally competent, and that's something that we need to work on.
I want them to laugh at my films. I want them to enjoy the story and get a good kick out of my films at the same time, or to take just like jokes from the film and reuse it. But also the story is very important to me. The comedy is going to get you nowhere if you don't have a compelling story at the same time.
Hi, my name is Amari Saban, and in 2018, I won Best Director, and in 2019, I won Best Narrative Film and Best of the Fest. I'd have to say that my favorite RCA Film Festival moment was watching the audience enjoy my work. The reason I became a director was to inspire emotion in others, and the film festival just gave me the platform to do it. Right now, I'm an acting major at Kennesaw State University, but every day, I work with my team, Triumphant Productions, to work on new and exciting projects. And this is a team that started because of the festival. To all the students with their films submitted, I have to say that believe in your story. If you just believe in your story, then not one person, no thing, not even the world can stop you. Thank you and good luck.
Hey guys, I'm Brandon Tate. I'm a 2019 alumni of RCA. I've done previous festivals in the past. I've won awards such as Best Editor and Best Screenwriter, and together with my crew, we won awards such as Best of Fest. My favorite film festival experience has to be our first one. I remember me and my team, we were working together to pump out this one film, and it almost felt like it wasn't worth it. And just on the day of the film festival, when we showed it on the big screen, and to just see the audience's reactions and interactions with the film was quite the payoff. And to this day, we still work together. We've done projects like this past November, we did a project called Allure. It's on YouTube, you guys should check it out. One thing I can say about this festival, though, is that I'm proud of you guys. Like, honestly, I'm proud of you guys. You guys, I've seen some of you guys grow in the past. You guys have an amazing instructor that you guys should thank. My best advice for you guys is to just stick together. Find your crew of people and stick together. Embrace the criticism. It's only gonna help you grow. And at the end of the day, just have fun.
Hey, how you doing? My name is Justin Daniels. I'm a 2019 RCA alumni. I just finished my freshman year in college. Can I get a clap for your boy? It was a tough journey. I'm not even playing at all. Although I'm studying marketing at Georgia State, I'm still doing film on the side with my two partners in crime, Amari and Brandon. We just did a film called Allure. It did really well on YouTube. And to all the RCA kids that competed in the film festival, you guys did really well. Like, I really enjoyed you guys' films. Y'all have amazing talent, and I feel like you guys should continue to work on your talent. My advice to you guys is to continue to work in teams, and know your guys' strengths and apply your strengths. Not everybody can be the leader, and play your role. That's my advice to you guys. Bye.
Before we begin the award ceremony for the 2020 RCA Film Fest presented by Film Rockdale, let me explain the Audience Award and how we are going to go about doing that this year. If you go to the link in the description of this video that says Audience Award Voting Ballot, you will go and cast your vote for your favorite film. This allows your voice to be heard and also allows your favorite film of the festival to get a special award showing how many people loved a certain film. This will give validation and credit to the hard work of that student. So please, please, please make sure that you go and you submit your vote for your favorite film of the festival, your vote for the Audience Award, The link will become active after the Film Fest has concluded and will stay open until midnight of May 16th, 2020. That is Saturday, May 16th. You have until midnight to submit your vote for your favorite film of the film festival. And finally, it is time for our award ceremony. The films that you have just viewed had a very competitive contest for these awards. There were many films in many different categories that the judges were very torn on. We had a lot of different favorites, and it made for a very, very competitive race for these awards. So, let's begin. The nominees for Best Drama are The Body by Michael Kinsey, Catoptrophobia by Nia Murray, Hurricane Season by Amari Akua, Isolation by Jabrell Rowland, and Souvenirs by Ari Bradley, Ayanna Cooper, and Emma McDonald. The winner of Best Drama is Hurricane Season by Amari Akua. The nominees for Best Comedy are 770 Gangsters by David DeJesus, Kitsch by Amari Akua, and What is Love by David DeJesus. And the winner of Best Comedy is 770 Gangsters by David DeJesus. The nominees for Best Horror/Thriller are Behind Soft Eyes by Peaceful Love Elahi, The Body by Michael Kinsey, Catoptrophobia by Nia Murray, The Easy Way by Edwin Manzo, and Good Vibes by Michael Kinsey and Edwin Manzo. And the winner of Best Horror/Thriller is The Body by Michael Kinsey. Our student nominees for Best Screenwriting are 770 Gangsters by David DeJesus, Hurricane Season by Amari Akua, Souvenirs by Ari Bradley, Ayanna Cooper, and Emma McDonald, and Quarantine by Morgan Gill. And the winner of Best Screenwriting is Hurricane Season by Amari Akua. Our nominees for Best Cinematography are Two Sons by Aaron Martinez, The Body by Michael Kinsey, Cemetery by Emma McDonald, The Easy Way by Edwin Manzo, Hurricane Season by Amari Akua, In My Blood by Michael Kinsey, Kitsch by Amari Akua, and Terrors, A Haunted Vision by Amari Akua. The winner of the award for Best Cinematography goes to Cemetery by Emma McDonald. Our nominees for Best Editing are Cemetery by Emma McDonald, The Easy Way by Edwin Manzo, and Out by Amari Akua. And our winner for the award for Best Editing goes to The Easy Way by Edwin Manzo. Our nominees for the Best Director award are Cemetery by Emma McDonald, The Easy Way by Edwin Manzo, Good Vibes by Michael Kinsey and Edwin Manzo, Hurricane Season by Amari Akua, Kitsch by Amari Akua, and Souvenirs by Ari Bradley, Ayanna Cooper, and Emma McDonald. And the winner of the award for Best Director is Amari Akua for Hurricane Season. Our nominees for Best Documentary Film are Out by Amari Akua and Whitewashed by Ayanna Cooper.
And the winner of the award for Best Documentary Film goes to Whitewashed by Ayanna Cooper. And our nominees for Best Experimental Film / Music Video are Cemetery by Emma McDonald, The Easy Way by Edwin Manzo, and Terrors, A Haunted Vision by Amari Akua. And the winner for Best Experimental Film / Music Video goes to The Easy Way by Edwin Manzo. Our nominees for Best Narrative Film are Angela by Ayanna Cooper, Hurricane Season by Amari Akua, Kitsch by Amari Akua, and Souvenirs by Ari Bradley, Ayanna Cooper, and Emma McDonald. It would make sense that we would have an unprecedented occurrence happen during a very unprecedented year. This is the third year that we've had our RCA Film Fest, and this is the first time we've ever had this happen. Our winners for the Best Narrative Film Award are tied between Hurricane Season by Amari Akua, Kitsch by Amari Akua, and Souvenirs by Ari Bradley, Ayanna Cooper, and Emma McDonald. Congratulations to our multiple award winners for Best Narrative Film. And finally, last but not least, the Best of Fest Award. Our nominees for the Best of Fest Award are Cemetery by Emma McDonald, The Easy Way by Edwin Manzo, Hurricane Season by Amari Akua, In My Blood by Michael Kinsey, Souvenirs by Ari Bradley, Ayanna Cooper, and Emma McDonald, Terrors, A Haunted Vision by Amari Akua, and Whitewashed by Ayanna Cooper. And our winner for the RCA Film Fest 2020 Best of Fest Award is Hurricane Season by Amari Akua.